Have you ever faced an angry client or maybe like an aggressive family member and just wondered why you reacted the way you did? Like, why did you fiercely argue back or maybe run away to hide in the toilet?
Oh, I mean, or going completely blank, right.
Exactly. Or just apologizing profusely with a, sorry, law, my fault, even when it absolutely wasn't your fault at all.
We have definitely all been there. I mean, in those high pressure moments, it really feels like your brain just gets hijacked and you are stuck in the passenger seat.
Yeah, you're just watching yourself react.
Hmm.
And figuring out how to get back into the driver's seat is what we are exploring in today's deep dive. We are looking at some really cool insights from the MindfulGym program.
Right, which is Malaysia's leading evidence-based mindfulness initiative. It was created by consultant psychiatrist Dr. Phang.
Right. And I love that it takes mindfulness off the meditation cushion and turns it into a practical, anytime, anywhere life skill.
Yeah.
It's totally customized for our multi-ethnic community.
It really is. And it's so practical because it breaks our daily struggles down into the 4S of stress. So you have the sources, the physical signs, our coping strategies, and then the fourth S, which is what we are focusing on today.
Stress reactions, right?
Exactly. It's that biological autopilot that just takes over when we feel threatened.
So let's ground this autopilot in a real, everyday Malaysian scenario. Imagine you're working at a really busy clinic and a patient's relative just starts shouting at you because of the long wait time.
Ugh, the classic clinic scenario.
Right, and the whole waiting room is watching you. What is actually happening in our brains right at that exact moment?
Well, that shouting triggers your amygdala. That is the brain's ancient alarm system. It instantly shuts down your logical thinking and just pumps you full of adrenaline.
So it's basically preparing you for war.
Pretty much, yeah. In that room, you'd likely see the 4 classic survival reactions play out. First, there's fight. You might just snap right back at the complaining relative.
Because your body is rapidly mobilizing for conflict to, neutralize the threat.
Right, exactly. But then you might experience flight instead.
Oh, yeah. Like, instead of dealing with a shouting relative, you suddenly discover an urgent need to go check the inventory in the back room.
Yeah, the classic toilet break escape. Your brain is literally telling you to flee the danger. But what if you can't run away?
Well, that is when you see freeze, right?
Spot on.
I mean, I always used to think freezing was just a sign of cowardice or, panicking. But is it actually the brain trying to play dead to avoid detection? Like a deer in the headlights?
That is exactly what it is. It's a profound biological shutdown designed to minimize damage. You're standing there at the clinic counter and your mind just goes totally blank.
Oh, wow. And then finally, there's Fawn, which I find so fascinating.
Oh, fawning is a big one.
Yeah.
It's basically people-pleasing just to survive. You start nodding, over-apologizing, saying, yes, yes, my fault, sorry, just to de-escalate the tension.
It's like emotional camouflage.
Yeah.
I mean, your brain is trying to blend into the toxic environment, so the predator, which in this case is the angry relative, doesn't see you as a threat anymore.
Exactly. But wait, let me play devil's advocate for a second here. We talk about these reactions like they're problems to be fixed. But aren't these just natural survival instincts? I mean, is one of these reactions inherently wrong?
So that's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
And according to the program, there is absolutely no absolute right or wrong here.
Okay, so it completely depends on the situation.
Exactly. The issue isn't the instinct itself. The actual danger is getting stuck on autopilot when the situation doesn't call for it.
Right. I mean, if a car is speeding towards you on the street, flight is highly effective. You want to run.
Yes, absolutely run. But if you are constantly fawning to a toxic boss just to survive the workday, you are on a fast track to severe emotional burnout.
So then how do we actually override that amygdala hijack? Like, how do we stop reacting like cavemen and start responding like professionals?
Well, it requires a biological intervention. And the tool is surprisingly simple, honestly. It's just one mindful breath.
Wait, really? Just a breath?
Yeah, because when you take a deep, conscious breath, you stimulate your vagus nerve. And that nerve acts as a literal biological brake pedal for your nervous system.
Oh, so it shifts the blood flow away from the panicked amygdala and brings it back into your prefrontal cortex.
Exactly, back to the logical decision-making part of your brain. And once that logic is back online, the MindfulGym program gives us this brilliant mantra to lock it in.
Okay, what's the mantra?
So you breathe and you silently say, I will respond, meaning I will think, speak, and act calmly, wisely, and compassionately.
I love that. The takeaway here is that you cannot stop your brain from trying to survive. But by recognizing your default survival reaction, you open the door to choosing a wiser path.
Right. Awareness gives you back your control. So let's quickly distill the three main messages from today's deep dive.
Okay, first, we all have an automatic biological stress reaction, so fight, flight, freeze, or fawn.
Right, and second, none of these are inherently bad. Their usefulness depends entirely on the context of the situation.
And third, you can shift from a knee-jerk reaction to a wise, compassionate response just by using the biological break of a mindful breath.
Which brings us to our call to action for you. The next time you feel your buttons being pushed by an angry client or a tense family member, try to identify your default F reaction in that exact moment.
Yeah, just pause.
Okay.
Then take just one mindful breath before you do anything else at all. Create that space between the stimulus and the response.
Perfectly said. And I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over today. These automatic reactions are ancient mechanisms that we inherited from our ancestors.
Right, survival of the fittest.
Exactly. So if your default reaction was perfectly designed to save you from a hungry tiger in the jungle, how well is it really serving you during a stressful meeting in a modern Malaysian office?